There was a time when wars were measured in banners and bloodlines, territorial disputes, dynastic rivalries, religious campaigns. But beneath the noise, something quieter moved. War required capital. Kings rarely had enough gold to sustain long campaigns. Mercenaries demanded wages. Weapons required metal. Logistics required infrastructure. So rulers turned not only to generals, but to financiers. During the Renaissance, powerful banking families extended credit to European crowns. Victory was no longer decided solely on battlefields, but in ledgers. By the 16th century, the alliance between finance and force was unmistakable. The Fugger banking house financed the rise of Charles V to the Holy Roman throne in 1519. Crowns were not secured by persuasion alone, but by funding. Meanwhile, Venice pioneered something revolutionary: industrialized military production. Its arsenal mass-produced ships and cannons with astonishing efficiency for its era. Weapons became commodities, and commodities flow toward payment. Then came the 30 Years' War. A religious dispute spiraled into continental devastation. Millions perished, entire regions were depopulated, yet demand surged. Iron, gunpowder, firearms. Neutral traders supplied both sides. Banks extended credit. Contracts ignored ideology. Soldiers may fight for faith. Supply chains move for profit. Industrialization changed everything. War no longer required weapons alone, it required industry. Steel production expanded. Railways transformed logistics. Explosives grew more powerful. In Germany, Krupp built a steel empire synonymous with artillery. During the Franco-Prussian War, industrial metallurgy reshaped Europe's balance of power. British firms like Vickers and Armstrong-Whitworth exported arms globally. The line between defense and commerce blurred. Then Alfred Nobel patented dynamite, an invention that revolutionized industry and amplified destruction. Later, he founded the Nobel Peace Prize: fortune from force, recognition for peace. Before World War I, the naval arms race accelerated after the launch of HMS Dreadnought in 1906. Defensive expansion by one nation triggered expansion by another. Then came World War I, industrial slaughter on an unprecedented scale. Entire economies mobilized. Banks arranged billions in loans. Neutrality became financial positioning. After the war, the system wasn't dismantled, it was institutionalized. Investigations in the 1930s scrutinized arms manufacturers and bankers. The phrase "merchants of death" entered public discourse. But the deeper issue wasn't conspiracy, it was incentives. Once military production becomes embedded in employment, investment returns, and national budgets, it becomes structural. World War II amplified this transformation. Through the Lend-Lease Act, the United States became the arsenal of democracy. Defense spending exploded. Industrial mobilization ended the Great Depression. After 1945, the Cold War sustained permanent readiness. In 1961, President Dwight Eisenhower warned of the military-industrial complex, not as a conspiracy, but as a structural alignment of interests. Today, defense contractors are integral components of national economies. Budgets reach hundreds of billions annually. Arms exports span continents. War is no longer an interruption of economic life. It is a sector within it. Conflict generates demand. Demand generates contracts. Contracts generate profit. Profit generates influence. History does not repeat identically, but patterns endure. If you want to understand the modern financial system, look beyond markets. Look at protected budgets. Look at permanent sectors. Empires did not merely fight because they fought because they could afford to, and someone ensured they could. History doesn't repeat, but if you ignore it, it will shape your future anyway.